Pasta, a staple in many homes across the world. So today we're going to make a little bit of pasta. So I have 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to mix that in with my fork. I'm going to add 2 beaten eggs, 7 tablespoons of water to start. I may need more, and I have more off to my right. So I'm going to give it a quick mix with my fork. Now, I like to use a bowl instead of doing it on the table like many other people do, or many chefs or nonas. To me, this is just cleaner. It's also easier for my students when I'm teaching a class that it keeps things cleaner and nothing's running off the tables. Once it's been incorporated together with a fork, I'm going to use my hand and I'm going to start to mix it together before I put it on my table to knead. So you want this dough to be fairly stiff. That's why we start off with just 7 tablespoons of water and 2 eggs. And then if we need more, then we can always add it. It's easier to add water than it is to take it out. So you do it slowly and you work this dough to get it on to the table. It's a good workout too, so you work out on your biceps. Okay, so now it's come together. There's hardly anything left in the bowl, and now I'm just gonna knead this. And you knead it until the dough becomes velvety smooth and becomes that beautiful pale egg color. So it should take probably about 5-6 minutes, and then you want to let it rest. Okay, so I've been doing this for about 5 minutes, and you see that the dough has come all together and it's nice and smooth. And I'm just going to keep it off to the corner of my table, and I'm going to use the exact same bowl to cover it and let it rest while I prepare to roll out the dough. Okay, so what I've done is I've set up my pasta machine. Now I get this pasta machine at the local, home decor center. I actually got this on sale. It was $20. It's a perfect little tool to have. For $20, you can't go wrong. I also use this when I'm teaching my courses or my classes, and the kids seem to enjoy it as well. So I cut a little bit of my dough. As you can see, my dough is nice and rested. I'm flattening it out. I'm using a little bit of flour because I think flour is okay. Different chefs or different people will tell you different things. So the widest setting is number 7, and I run this through. I do each number twice, and then I take it to the next number. So if I go from 7 to 6, and then you end up sometimes getting like these little tails up here, which is a problem for some people. For others, it's not. For me, it's not a problem for me. It's not a problem for when I'm teaching my classes how to make pasta, but you can always fold them. Okay, and if your pasta is sticky, just make sure you add a little bit of flour. Okay, that'll help you get it through the machine without it sticking. So I continue to run this through till it gets to about a number 4 on the machine. Once it's a number 4, it's a nice thin pasta. This is a little long, so I'm going to cut it in half. And then the cutters have two rollers attached to it. So one is like a spaghetti, which I'm not a big fan of, but I like the fettuccine, the linguine one better. So I'm just moving my handle over to the wider setting, and I run it through. And you see as it comes out that the pasta is dry enough that it just comes apart very easily. And then what I do is, if you had one of those fancy pasta hangers, you can hang it off a pasta hanger. If not, I just really quick dab it into some flour, shake it off, and then I just do a little swirl on top of the table. Okay, so I take the pasta down to the number 4 on the roller to make sure that it's thin. Make sure it's nice and dry. It's a little long, so I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to use the one that I have done first, and I'm going to put it through my cutter. And you'll see how nice that comes out. And it comes apart very easily. And then I'm just going to add it to my pile with the other ones. And I just give it a twirl, and there it is. So we'll do this one. Take it apart. And give it a twirl. So this can dry for a good half hour before you cook it, or you could cook it right away if you wanted to, or you can actually dry it out for 24 hours at room temperature, and then you can store it for up to a week in a paper bag, someplace where it's going to get, where it's not going to contain a lot of moisture. Okay, I hope you enjoy it, and don't forget, if you like it, follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll see you soon.